For all your TCG needs, make sure to check out sabatcg.com. What's poppin', everybody? It's a Saber Finding 4 on the Whimsy Plays channel, our last TCG match for this channel as well before the new year. And it's a mirror match, Ace versus Ace from OP13. So this should be, well, I don't know, I guess maybe it's either going to be super interesting or super boring because it's a mirror match. But it's definitely going to be a grind game because this guy, of course, draws a lot of cards. We're going to be doing a lot of the same shit, so yeah, brace yourselves, I guess. But I'm really worried in terms of what's going on with the product right now with One Piece. I don't know what happened. Is it like a bunch of those fucking like fake YouTubers that started making One Piece opening videos and now all the scalpers are jumping on this shit and going away from Pokemon? Or is it just that demand has risen just naturally and Bandai isn't keeping up with it? I don't know what happened, but just stock is really low, even on the quote-unquote not very good One Piece sets like Royal Blood and Two Legends. I never thought those sets were bad by any means, but I guess they're not the most popular, let's just say that. But even sets like those where you could find maybe like 80 euros in card market at some point, now they're like 100 euros plus. And yeah, man, I don't know, like I'm really worried OP14 hasn't come out yet. I was thinking I'm gonna buy a bunch of stuff for that, a bunch of boxes for that. And if it just comes out, and as soon as it comes out is like a plus 50 euro extra price tag on it, I'll be pissed. I don't think it's gonna be that dramatic, but I don't think they're going to be cheap when they're going to come out. I've checked a bunch of websites in Europe and pre-orders, they're sold basically. They're not up on card market yet, which again, it has me kind of, shouldn't have been up by now. I don't know. I guess I don't really keep track of other releases. But anyway, I digress. Let's focus on the game. Drop my Marco. Trying to block these attacks, drop the Yamato. It's going to be the Yamato Wars, basically. The guy that resolves more of those is probably going to win. Just your most broken, plus cards. And this Yamato is definitely one of them. So, I'm going to attack. 7 on 6, not really the greatest. Yeah, I should have just done 6-6 and then make it 8 on the Ace. Fucking misplaced, but anyway, you're just gonna discard something, I guess, and gonna try this again. Of course, as usual, the type of person that I am, I don't run the deck like everybody just copy paste each other and decks it. I run cards that I believe are good that other people may not think they're good or necessary. Like I got my markers, I got my Weevils, simple cards that give you that draw 1+1. And then with Ace, I mean, they're not even dead cards per se, because if they're in hand and I really just think I don't need them, I can just use his effect to discard them and decrease my opponent's attack. So I think they make sense in this deck, a bunch of them. Of course, you still gotta have your Yamatos, your Whitebeards, your Searchers. Even like this Nami. I think she's decent, maybe not the best card, but she's a blocker too, so that can help. I don't think other people would run her in the deck. Same with Alt T. Okay, we're at 2 life, and I got the Whitebeard, so this could be interesting, but not yet. It's got to play more dudes down first. And we got to get it at 10 cost. Okay, so perfect opportunity. Use the Tiger. That's why I like this card, especially against this Marco. So got rid of the dude, and he won't be getting the plus, the draw 2. It's a very nice card to run in this deck, I think. In the mirror, this kind of gives you a sort of edge. Red Rock, is always going to be the Red Rock, the best card against the biggest dudes. But this, just that double utility mid-game, I like it. It's just a true +1. Red Rock is going to be a 1-for-1. Even if you get the max value against the biggest dude, it's a 1-for-1. Of course it's good, but you can't have space for everything. It's not like there's a boa deck. So between those two events in this ace deck, I'm favoring Tiger right now. Okay, and it goes for this put-in, which is really, really annoying. I hate this card when it happens, when I got like shitloads of cards in hand. But at the same time, you know, it does cost him. You cost him a summon, you cost him a card. She doesn't have enough attack to do anything on the ace. He's gonna have to sacrifice Dance. But yeah, I wish I was more prepared against her, I guess. Just dump stuff and then not get, he doesn't get the max value. But I mean, it's not all that. We refilled our hand already again. It's just so easy. We pretty much got the same cards. So, discard, put the Dawns, and I'm gonna put that pressure now. What you gonna do? You can just block with the Marco and then draw 2. That should be pretty simple, right? But I mean, he doesn't have anything really to attack. It's just this put in, which is gonna have to waste Dawns. And then if you do this shit, it means you can't drop your Whitebeard. You can't drop your own big dudes. So yeah, I think the card is kind of overrated, to be honest. As put-in card. Even like we go prior formats, I would see some blue deck lists like Boa, and they would always have a couple of copies in. Some of them ran 2, some of them ran 3. Other people even ran 4, I think. And I'm just thinking to myself, the card is not all that. I don't know, maybe it's just me. So drop the Whitebeard. I guess technically, yeah, you do have more cards, but I'm ahead because you had to summon that card. And, okay, you put Dawns with Whitebeard this way. So I guess, okay, never mind what I said, that was wrong. With Whitebeard, if you do drop the 10 Whitebeard, you can sort of fix her up. Because she's 6 now, I guess. But I mean, I can still do shit. Like I can discard the ace, block this. It's gonna go for 8. I'm gonna block with my Whitebeard. And that's all you're gonna do for this turn. Got 2 spots open. What exactly should I do? Good question. Got Weevil, we got a few blockers, Nami. I could just summon something and see what I'm gonna draw. Indeed, indeed. Against the Whitebeard, I think summoning a pretty chip blocker would work out right now. So put a Dawn, actually. Let's see if... I think I calculated my shit. I know what I'm gonna do. So just discard 1, pretty simple. A Dawn once again. Just force his attacks and leaders. Yeah, I don't think I want to bother with the pudding. I could, but I won't. Just make you dump some shit. Wow, let's go through actually. Damn, you got this whole hand. Okay, you drew 1. And now the 12k, of course you gotta use the Whitebeard. Discard something. Okay, and now I'm gonna summon Nami, blocker, and I get some draw. Let's see if we can fix up our shit. I'm gonna get rid of... I think the Tiger right now, I don't believe I need that. And do the other blocker too. Kindu is another kind of card that I like because if they pop him, like if they try and get rid of him so that you can't block with him, then you get a buff on your leader and that's pretty good. So I think he's just a solid blocker. Whitebeard card too. So the second Whitebeard drops down, but you're at 0 life because he made that I am Whitebeard play. So yeah, you do this shit. I mean, I don't really rate cards like that. You get your plus, but you gotta pay a hefty cost. So is it really a plus? Anyway, let's see what it's gonna do. You can't go for game, the way I see it. And then if he attacks with the Whitebeard, which that effect gives you rush, I think, on the Whitebeard, but it's pretty much or you just summon the dude and then you gain the buff. Anyway, the point is, if he's not too careful, he's just gonna leave himself open for me to go for game next turn. Just hurry. So he spread the Dawns. Yeah, 12 on me. Well, I'll just use a blocker. Simple shit. Then 14, your other dude, gonna block once again and draw. And then you can't do shit. The pudding couldn't do anything. Maybe you should have put Dawns on the pudding. Maybe force an attack. I don't know what he was thinking. But anyway, he's got one blocker now. Yeah, your leader is buffed, but I got a lot of swings. He does have a lot of cards in hand too, though, so I don't know. I guess, do we try and go for game? I guess if I attack with Whitebeard, I can see what he does. I got a rush character too, so I think let's just do that. Yeah, just play a more solid game. This character, I get rush, I get a free Dawn, so it makes sense. Get a body down. And he just scooped. Okay, I see his hand. He didn't have a complete dead hand. I don't think I could have gone for game completely. But yeah, that's the game. Last game of the year. Hope you guys enjoyed. Wish you guys a happy new year. Sub to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. What-ay?